All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Fill Me In, where we dive deeper into the world of aesthetics. And we have Brittany Selementi on today.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Introduce yourself.
My name's Brittany. I'm the esthetician here at Exhibit.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else do you want me to say?
Keep going.
Give us more.
Oh my God. We're so happy to have you here today.
I'm excited. I've been watching from the sidelines.
Oh my gosh. You've been our mom cheering on the sidelines.
If you guys hear giggles in the background, it's always Britt. Yes. So now you get to see her face. Get a name.
But we were talking about earlier that obviously injectables is all the craze, but skin is all the craze right now, especially over the past 2 years, like anti-aging, acne, you name it. So we wanted to bring on an esthetician onto our podcast to kind of talk about and kind of link like injectables and skin together, because we have to protect our investments. # protect what you inject, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Snap.
Tell us a little bit about your journey. Like, where did you start, and then how did you get to where you are today?
We don't have the
how
time.
long do we have? How long do we have?
Well, just to skip a lot, I did kind of, I guess you could say, went into aesthetic school later in life, like compared to, that's how I met Nicole. So I think that's part of why we connected, because we were kind of that more in between age there, where there was a lot of like 18-year-olds in the class, And
then there's me and Britt in the back.
Nicole falling asleep because she's working in the hospital all night. So yeah, I did decide. I worked in an office for like 10 years before that.
What kind of office?
It was a little scandal. Actually, it was like a fundraising company that. Oh, they've gotten in a lot of trouble. That's a whole other thing.
It's really
another episode.
So you had another life before.
Yeah, I did. And, but I kind of, at the time, it was like, I feel like I was doing like well enough, because compared to my friends that were still in college and things like that, like I was like, felt like I was living large, because I was like overpaid for 2009, I guess you can say.
Sure.
But then it kind of came to the point of like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, I knew the place was shady. I knew there was nowhere else to go from there. And like, I needed to do something that was going to like fulfill me a little bit. At least, I did. And I grew up with my aunt owning a salon. Her and my mom did hair. I was there just about every Saturday, my whole life, pretty much. So I was like, why don't I go to cosmetology school? Just really random. We were literally driving to Delaware, where my boyfriend's parents are retired, and I decided in the car on the way there.
That's usually how it is.
I literally got on my phone, filled out an application to like meet them at Artistic Academy, which is like right around the corner here. I didn't even realize that was kind of right when skincare was starting. Like, we kind of got in at a good time. Because I didn't even realize, I thought I was going to have to do full cosmetology. And I saw it when I was going to sign up. I'm like, oh, there is just skincare? Like, I didn't even know that. So I was like, oh, it, I'm doing that.
Yes.
Like, I'd rather do skin. And so, yeah, I signed up to like meet them at the school. I went the next week when we got back from his parents' house, and I enrolled. I knew like if I didn't just do it, I wasn't going to do it, because I am a little bit of a procrastinator, which has changed since I've been here, thanks to Nicole and Melissa's work ethic rubbing off on me.
Listen, even though I own a business, I am still somewhat of a procrastinator.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And my soon-to-be husband keeps me in line.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I like to joke like every franchise under the sun after that, which, I learned a lot from, so I don't regret it at all. I knew I didn't want to be at a franchise, though, but you do learn a lot. You automatically have clients, which is nice, because you don't have to worry about marketing yourself at franchise. Frankly, at a lot of them, they kind of don't let you, which kind of sucks, but you meet a lot of people. You're kind of just like thrown into it, and it's just how you get the experience. No one, it's rare at a place like this, or I always wanted to get into medical aesthetics or in at least a high-end spa, but every time I would look at Indeed, it was like 2 years experience. Right. I'm like, I mean, I would apply anyway, but never really got called. And then, so I did waxing, lashes, facials, all at different franchises. I kind of like, and I never got fired from anywhere. Just want to say that. I would work somewhere and kind of like, let me try something else. Because I wanted to just try everything to know what I really wanted to do. And I did want to focus on skin. For a little while, I did leave thinking, maybe I don't want to do services. Maybe I want to focus on the sales and the products because I do love that. So I worked for a retail store as their like beauty manager, they would say. So that was really fun, actually. What I would do is educate the staff on all the products, try to sell them to anyone that walked in when I was there. I would organize one event a month that we would like invite all the big spenders to. They would usually have like a % off, this, that, and the third. So that was fun. COVID, really, a lot of those brick and mortar stores closed. It was kind of
you couldn't go out in public.
Yeah.
Right? I think kind of.
So everything, that store I was at ended up closing. So yeah, I got back into doing services, and that's when I'm like, all right, I gotta just get into skin. I worked at a spa for a while, and then I heard from Nicole, and I was like...
I truly think, this is my personal opinion, that COVID really amped up skincare products because you couldn't go into your normal medical aesthetics practice, plastic surgeon's office, wherever, spa to get a facial. You were doing things at home. Yeah. Like the home LED light masks or therapy masks are huge now. Like just at-home skincare so big.
Do you guys remember the Ordinary purple? What was that mask that was like viral during COVID?
It was like their... Oh my God, what was it called? It was like the AHA, something or other.
Yes. We were all burning our faces off of that.
Oh my God, ruining our skin barriers.
And then we needed help once we could get back into the office.
Yeah. Hey guys, just popping in to remind you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Injector Jon and Aesthetic Nurse Nicole. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. How did you and Nicole, met at esthetician school, right? Okay, and then how did you get here?
So because when me and Melissa decided to open our practice, we knew that we wanted someone we could trust and someone that we knew is very authentic, because I think me and Melissa are very authentic, and we wanted somebody that would continue that vibe. So that's how we landed on Brittany, and we met up and we asked her if she'd take a risk on us, and she did.
See, I'm all right. I feel them coming.
Oh boy, her Pisces moon is coming out.
The tears are happening.
No, it's crazy because I don't know if you even remember, but
I wore this exact outfit when we met.
Oh my God, you did! Yeah,
that's weird.
But like me and Nicole did keep in touch here and there throughout the years. I mean, like I went to your wedding. Like I would come get injected where she worked before, and we always kind of kept in touch. And it was funny because at my old job, whenever the injectables came up, I always told them about Nicole and Melissa too. I would always recommend them. And 9 times out of 10, my client would either already follow them on Instagram or had been to one of them.
Right.
It was crazy that I'd be like, who the hell are you? Yeah. Like, I knew that she had a lot of followers and stuff, but I'm like, it would crack me up. Seriously, I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't know if you remember, because it was years ago that you had messaged me thinking about going out on your own. And I remember I was so excited already then, and I was like, I remember telling Joey, like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And then, like, nothing ever happened of it. And then when she messaged me, what was it, last March, I guess? Yep. I was like, don't you dare ask anyone else, I'm coming. And it was funny because she's like, I don't know if you're happy where you are. I don't know. I'm like, no, I'm coming. And then I remember I was nervous because I didn't really know Melissa. And I was like, what if Melissa doesn't like me? I don't know if this is set in stone. Like, and I was like, let me just meet both of you guys before you meet anyone else. And Nicole's like, Britt, like, you got it. But I'm like, she doesn't even know me. Like, you know, whatever. And
well, it's so funny. Like, I just met Melissa, and like, just your guys' energies just kind of vibe together. Yeah. You guys have very soothing, almost like motherly, but
Melissa
loving.
Very much has that.
Yeah.
She's a mother.
Yeah. She's a mama.
But you guys all just very much vibe.
Yeah. And I think the franchises and all of that is a lot of great experience because you get to do so many different services. And that's how when we first opened here, she was doing lashes, she was doing waxing, she was doing facials. And then as she gained more of the facial clientele, then, you know, we kind of stepped back from that and hire different people. But I think the franchises are a great way, especially for starting out, you know, because they kind of build your book for you, like you said.
They do, yeah. And you are, like I said, you're kind of just thrown into it because at least the franchises, I was lucky to work at busy ones. So I worked and started with a book everywhere I worked. Like I was always concerned coming from, you know, working in an office with a steady paycheck, like, you know, I'm going to have this, but I was always busy everywhere I've been. So that definitely helped in a lot of ways. And I've learned so much about what kind of environment I don't want to work for. And especially now, like I'm 35, I want to be in my forever place of work. I want to be somewhere. I'm done with the bullshit. I want to be somewhere that aligns with my values, and that's Nicole and Melissa, you know, like nobody. And I understand too, like, you know, you work somewhere and you want to grow, and sometimes you want to go do your own thing, whatever. And I get that for some people, and that's admirable. And like what they did, you know, look at what they did. Right. But for me, like, I'm so happy and content. I want to just grow with them. You know, I'm not looking to grow and get bigger than this. Like, in my mind, there's nothing better than being here.
Well, and you're making a name for yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry.
I just want to be here and grow with them, and just because I know this is gonna just be even crazy. Like, this is a year. We're in a whole other side of this place.
Yeah.
Like, I know that this is just going to keep going further, and I want to see it through with them.
I love you, Britt.
I love this so much.
And that's why when people be acting up, I don't around here.
It's really hard. Can I tell you, it's so hard to find people like you. Though. Like for us people that open up a practice, we want people like you. Like you're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys are very fortunate to have found each other.
Yes. Yes.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
No, seriously. And it makes me really come back to the whole, like, everything happens for a reason thing, totally because I was meant to meet Nicole. And it's funny because, and I tell this to her, and I'm seriously not even bullshitting, when I first saw her, I knew she was someone I wanted to be friends with. Like, I can't explain that. And my boyfriend, he's producing this. He knows how rare is that I see a girl I want to be friends with. Like, I knew that about Nicole, you know? And like, and then the second, and I was worried to meet Melissa because I'm like, what is she going to be like? Is she going to like me? And I felt an instant, like, you know, connection to her too. And I can just tell that, again, like, they have good values and, you know, because you see a lot of people, and I've worked for a lot of people that just are very egocentric and they don't give a shit about their staff. They don't.
Well, you see that a lot in the franchise world as well, too. Yeah. You're almost kind of like a number sometimes. Yeah,
you're replaceable and, you know, and I get that because that's the case here, too. Like, I don't want to come across that I know that anyone would want this job, you know, but
no one could replace you, Britt.
But like, you know, just the way they treat people and the way, and again, like just their values, the things that I see from them is just, it's very different than what I've been around. So it's so crazy. My last job, I mean, I did well there, but I mean, it was chaotic and there was a lot of things that went on that shouldn't have went on. And, but I managed to do well working 3 days a week. And I liked that. I liked washing my hands clean of that place because I didn't really like being there. Here, like, I never thought I would want to work.
We all want to come in and chat.
I love being here. Like, I love
like
being
a family.
Here. Yeah.
That's how it is in my office, too.
Yeah.
Just the family.
Yeah, it's about building, a community.
It's not like, I got to go to work. It's just like, you know, this is just, I don't know.
Yeah, we all want to be here.
What do you say to like new estheticians? Because like we talked about in our previous episodes, how it takes a while to build a book, and like obviously you were lucky, like as you said, you were at different franchises, so like you didn't have to worry about it. You had patients or clients already. Yeah. But like starting out at like say a new practice, right? Like you got to give it time.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, you have to give it time. Don't get discouraged because I know that's something I've always been my own worst enemy, so I would like encourage other people not to be. Like, just learn from my mistakes. Don't be discouraged. Find your niche, but like try things in the beginning so you can actually really find it. But I think like promoting yourself towards something specific does help, and especially if you are somewhere with other people, like it allows more crossover for everybody there, you know? Whether if me and somebody else are both just giving basic facials and all doing the same things, it's like, all right, fine, then we're just going to be bouncing the same people back and forth. Who cares? Like, that's not good for anyone in the business. So it's like, I'm going to focus on maybe medical. You're going to focus on relaxation facials. You're going to focus on lashes. You're going to do this. And then everyone's getting everything done here, you know?
Right.
So I think don't worry about, oh, I got to do what she's doing or I got to do what that person's doing. No, like find your own thing.
Yeah.
You've talked about that before, comparing yourself to others.
Yeah.
Especially social media. It'll kill us all. But definitely finding and doing what you like and what brings you joy in your job too, because it's going to translate to your patients.
And I think it's natural. Like I'm always like 10 steps forward. I want to be like here. And I'm like, I always have to tell myself, Jonathan, like in 5 years, like 1 step at a time. Like you have to be thankful for everything that's happened, right? Be so grateful. But yeah, I always have to come down to earth.
Yeah.
Say this is normal, you know?
Part of the ride.
Yeah.
Part of the ride.
And that's what Nicole had said to me too, because even at first, just because her and Melissa have such a great reputation already, and like their clients love them, they respect them, and like they have got so many followers. So you do kind of come into this feeling like I want to do them justice. I don't want people to be like, why the hell they have that girl here? I want to be like, oh, that's why they chose her, you know? So that's why but it's funny because Nicole was the one that reminded me. I remember like when we first started, like, Britt, Rome wasn't built in a day, which is like so silly, but it's true. And even just her saying that, like for me, it just takes someone to say something for me to put myself in check. Like I'm usually pretty good like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I tell myself that every time I start getting a little, I'm like,
Yeah.
No.
And even me and Melissa will think back like 7 years. Like we saw maybe 2 people a day. Like now you see 15 to 20. Like it just takes time.
Yeah. When Claire, my esthetician, started, she, brand new, right? But like, we have a large patient load. So, she looked out. I mean, she looked at me one week and goes, John, I'm like actually pleased with my schedule. She goes, I was not expecting this. And of course me, I'm like, I was.
Right, yeah.
They know who you are, but then also, we needed this so bad. Like we needed these services so bad.
Yeah. Right.
She was kind of the glue that brought everything together.
Exactly.
So and now, she's, getting busier and slowly busier, and she's kind of finding, like you said, like her niche a little bit. And like, I think she's kind of experimenting a little bit.
She definitely has. When I follow her, and she definitely, I feel like has a vibe and a niche. Like, yeah. Well,
she follows you as well, and she compares herself, like we all do, to other people. And but no, it's really great. And she has like an acne journey. Some people like to get to where they are. Like you said the same thing with you, and now she's got gorgeous skin, but she's been through it. Like, but that's why we have the acne boot camp, and now she's got her glass skin facial that she's doing, and then so yeah. What is your favorite treatments to do for the skin?
I love microneedling.
Okay.
My whole thing, again, it stinks because, and I hate to say this to sound any kind of way, but I don't really have problematic skin. So that's
must be nice.
It's kind of tough to sometimes really understand when people are, obviously, but so for me, I'm really big on like preventative, and I feel like microneedling, and that's the best thing in my opinion, that goes hand in hand with injectables, especially because you're getting your skin to kind of behave differently, work better from the inside out. Your skin's gonna 100%. You're promoting the cell communication, the collagen production, and pretty much everyone I've done it to has had beautiful results. Some of the younger people every once in a while are a little underwhelmed, but I explained to them, well, look at your baseline. Wasn't like, but you look at some people that had deeper lines and it's pretty wild.
Yes.
So I love microneedling just because I really believe in it.
Right.
Because it's not only are you going to get a difference pretty quickly, but down the line, it's going to help you too. It's one of those preventative treatments like Botox.
Yeah, the collagen production occurs for 300 days after, around then, right?
Yeah, that's why and it's funny because you do want to almost sell the person in a way, but I tell people all the time, because sometimes people are like, should I just get another package right now? I'm like, just give it a little time. I was like, you might be able to wait till next year. Like, it's not going to hurt you to do it once a month, but you don't have to. Like,
right.
And my biggest thing that I'm like trying to drive to people is just please use better skincare at home. If you're not, Because, like, yeah, getting a facial's great. And sometimes, especially if you are someone that's on the more congested side.
You can't depend on them.
Yeah, no, you can. You have to use good stuff at home. Like, and when people comment on my skin, I said this in something we recently filmed. But when people comment on my skin, it cracks me up because I'm like, nobody's giving me a facial. Like, there's no one here to give me one. Not right now. There's not yet.
Yeah.
But
so you've given yourself some facials, but
like,
you also do your at-home skincare.
I do my own microneedling, and I use good skincare at home. That's it, you know? So, you know, having a good regimen, and if you don't want to commit to a monthly facial, at least do a more result-driven treatment like microneedling or maybe a round of peels or something.
Yeah.
I think the biggest barrier for me with my patients too is they just want to save their money for injectables. They don't want to save it for skin products, and they just want to depend on it. And then sometimes, you know, as they age, say like 2 years later, they're like, I don't know, I just feel like it's not doing. And I'm like, it's because we need to address your skin.
Exactly.
Because maybe, you know, the Neutrogena that you're using or oil of Olay is just not cutting it. Like, we need to use medical grade skincare products. Maybe start on a tretinoin or retinol. And like you said, do some microneedling, like collagen induction, because the skin changes.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, injectables are wonderful for so many reasons, but a lot of them will now with Sculptra and SkinViVe and stuff, but a lot of them aren't really addressing the quality of the skin. So if you have crap skin and you're getting Botox and filler, it's like, it's only going to take you. And so
also,
far.
if you have healthy skin, say you're, you know, using good products, you're getting maybe a routine facials, at least maybe every other month or something, it's actually going to benefit your injectables. You're going to have less complications. Your skin's going to be clean. Right.
Yep.
So I think it'll help also with the longevity of your injectables.
What do you say?
Protect what you inject.
Love it.
Oh gosh.
Seriously though, it's a frustrating thing, but more people are getting it least, you know. And my whole thing too is, and maybe I'm just not, again, the best salesperson, but I'm not going to argue with my patient. Like, that's a thing. Like, when I'm realizing they're just not going to get it, they're not going to get it. But so that's why I do at least hope people follow me. I spend a lot of time trying to educate people with my Instagram. I started a blog.
How's that going?
It's going well.
She's such a good writer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, I look and, you know, I'll see a good 100 people read it, and that makes me happy enough.
That's incredible though.
So I'm like, and they're probably mostly the patients that I know are always pretty active that I'm close with and stuff. But you know, to me, I'm like, I don't care. As long as somebody's reading it. But I just want that stuff at least there when somebody's looking for an esthetician, they can see that I'm taking the time to do these things.
Exactly.
Okay. If you could pick 3 skincare products, that are holy grail products, at least for you and maybe for most people, what would they be?
Oh, that's tough because we recently we're bringing on a lot of new skincare here. So I've been experimenting a lot. So I have a lot of new feelings.
or if it's you know.
So 3 is going to be hard to pick. Can I pick 5?
Fine.
Go for it.
So I love Zio's cleansers exfoliator. I feel like I won't ever really veer from those despite all the new stuff we get.
Or if you want to be generic, you need a good vitamin C, you know what I mean?
Okay.
That'll make it easier.
I'm not big on vitamin C, I have to say, but just because my skin doesn't like it.
Okay.
So I'm a little biased with that. I'm very big on antioxidants. And growth factors. So I love Daily Power Defense. TNS, I hate to admit that I like. I didn't want to like it.
Oh, I freaking love her.
But I know.
She's great.
But I feel jerky being like, here's a $300 serum. But it works.
I know.
It works. And I like it. And now that we were getting SkinViVe, I love SkinViVe. So far, I've tried...
The Ultra Advanced Defense and Repair Serums are amazing. That's the
I didn't open that yet.
Melissa's in the background shaking her head yes.
Our rep Joe just gave me that, and I'm really excited. So far, what is it? The Even Tone?
Oh, God.
I noticed that in a week, a difference.
Pigment inhibitor.
Maestro, I really like so far. And the Alpha Ret is the only retinol it's
Maestro
ever bothered me.
is the true queen. She calms down the redness. She basically, it's an active balance serum. So you put it on the skin and it just knows what the skin needs.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And... so I love those products. The Alpha Ret's a good, because I'm always very reactive to retinol. So for that to not, freak my skin out, I love. And then the Hydrinity HAs and the the Hyaluronic
So
spray.
hydrating.
I just love that stuff. Like you said, you were spraying it in your eyeball. Like I do the same thing. If my eyes are watering, like you can just put it anywhere.
I had a little dermatitis flare last night.
Of course, right before filming.
Highest active, it's hypochlorous acid spray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sprayed it in my eye, which it's safe. Sounds scary, but it's safe.
And what is it? Because there's the restorative HA, and what's the other one? Oh my God.
Oh, Immerse, HA Immerse.
No, the two hydrinity ones, because there's restorative and the other one. I think it's the restorative one. That's like the healing one. And it has something in it. I don't remember the ingredient that actually cools down the temperature of your skin a little bit. And it feels so good. And you can put it on right away post-procedure. So I'm so excited to put it on people like post-mycelia. Good for rosacea. You can put it right on an open wound. Like
Amazing.
So I like stuff like that. That's like versatile, safe for any time to use. I think it's important to have stuff like that on hand, like for when your skin's irritated and everything. But
because whether you're on Tret, because sometimes if you overuse your Tret or whatever, sometimes your skin, you can ruin your skin barrier, not ruin it, but break it down a little bit. Yeah. So you need to give it some TLC. They can go back on it.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been loving Color Science too.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We might bring that on as well.
Oh, we love it, and
love it?
the patients
like
love it. Yeah. It's 50 SPF, but it's tinted. So I'm wearing it right now. It literally just looks like makeup. Yeah.
It's really pretty.
And it's not too
it's
thick.
It's going viral right now.
Yeah.
Like, especially is it the foundation?
Yes,
like
the Flex.
Goes to yours.
It looks beautiful. And then they have an eye concealer that has 35 SPF because,
the one the nail esthetician uses?
Probably has like little cooling tip.
Yes,
Yeah.
And it goes on like really
and
white.
Everything. Then you blend it in. Yeah. But everything irritates my eyes SPF wise. Like everything that does. I could put it in my eyeball and it's totally fine.
Yes.
Doesn't bother me at all. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, like the Sunbum SPFs?
Yes. Oh my God. Yep.
I cannot wear that on my face. My eyes, I go into a full I cannot. So I can only use mineral SPFs.
Yeah. And Color Science does have a non-tinted too.
Okay.
So everyone can get some coverage. We all need it.
But yeah, how did I forget? Yeah, everyone loves it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been great.
So what about you guys? What are your favorite products right now?
Oh my God.
And treatments. Sorry.
And treatments? Okay. Can I do 2 products?
Of course. You let me do 5.
Okay. This is a tough one because it's also Advanced Defense and Repair with SkinViVe, the vitamin C. Well, it's an antioxidant serum because it protects intrinsically and extrinsically, which is why I love it too. Maestro, number 2, I can't live without it. With SkinViVe, and then the TNS. I love my TNS.
Yeah, see, everyone does like it, so
And I use it nightly. One thing I learned though, back me up on this, am I right? You can't use TNS and like a vitamin C or like antioxidant serum together like in the morning because the molecules are too big.
Won't deliver.
Right.
Yeah, and you always want to use your TNS first.
Right, because it's growth factor in a large molecule and you have to let it absorb. Yeah. So I usually use that at night and I'll use my Alto in the morning. And then skin treatments, my favorite skin treatments, radiofrequency microneedling. That's like probably my number 1. And IPL, intense pulse light for hyperpigmentation. Yeah.
Love that. I love microneedling. I do 3 a year. It's like my absolute favorite. And this year I told myself I was going to do monthly facials and I made it to April. And
yeah, you were on a good roll.
I was on a really good roll. And then we just got too busy with obviously everything. But a good monthly facial.
Say it, Nicole, say it.
Brittany filmed me once and she put me on the spot and I was like, a good monthly facial never hurt anyone.
Well, I literally looked at Claire. Everybody walks out of her treatment room just like,
oh yeah,
coming back to life.
It's so relaxing. I think it's better than a massage.
And they're like,
honestly,
that's the most amazing thing. And I go, well,
and you're getting all the benefits.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and finally I got a facial like last month, and I'm like, yeah, I get the hype.
But no, the microneedling, like I feel so like tight afterwards. And it definitely helps with pore size. I feel like my pores have, I struggle with acne and I have a lot of pitted acne scarring on the lower portions of my cheeks. So that's been huge for me. And then the complexion, you said you don't have skin problems. I do. And I break out so easily. I've been on Accutane before many years ago, but the complexion clarifying serum from Zeo is like, it changed my life. Redness, blemishes, everything. I'm obsessed with it.
I do think that like breakouts, I mean, it does stem from within sometimes,
a lot of
right?
the time,
like
for
what you're
sure.
putting in your mouth, maybe something going on within your body.
And I do think too, a lot of us just do too much. Like I was just doing too much to my skin. And
skin
I was
routine.
trying to use all these products to like kill the acne, and then I was over drying my skin, so then I was over hydrating, I was breaking out more. Like my routine is down to like 3 or 4 steps, and I haven't broken out in a couple of weeks, knock on wood.
Sometimes sometimes
your skin's looked really good.
Yeah. So it's sometimes you just do too much, and that's why seeing an esthetician, building a regimen that works for you. And unfortunately, sometimes it is trial and error. You know, you got to try a couple products to find what works with you.
And what drives me nuts is when people just don't give it a chance. Like you can't just use it for a few days and be like, I don't like it. Yeah, it's not going to save your life in a couple days. Like you need a few weeks, a couple months even, to really know.
I feel like a fair number is like 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's definitely the sweet spot. And I just need to say, though, the complexion clarifying serum, literally every client that's purchased it, when they came back, they're like, I love that stuff. So that stuff works pretty quick.
Not drying, not irritating.
Everyone has raved about it.
Even if you don't have acne, it's really good for redness. Like you should try it. Yeah.
Right.
It has water soluble salicylic, so it's not harsh.
Okay. So to kind of close, I guess if you saw a patient that was completely naive to like skin and injectables, and you were seeing them for like a consult, like what is like, if they're asking, where do I start? What would you tell them?
Usually I say, like, let's just start with a basic facial. Just kind of let me see how your skin responds just to that, and kind of get my hands on it and see it. And to build them just a simple regimen, I usually, if they, like we said, like really don't know where to start and never really did anything, I usually give them 4 steps. I'll usually give them a cleanser, an exfoliator, a toner, and some kind of hydrator, whether it's like a moisturizer or just like a functional hydrating serum. And then say, we'll start with that. When you come back, we'll see where you're at. And then if you're feeling comfortable, we can add in a couple more like targeted treatments into the mix. And always an SPF, obviously, too.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think, too, people forget that your SPF can be your moisturizer during the day.
Yeah, I mean, now we have options for that, which is nice.
Which is so great. It's amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Britt.
Thanks for letting me. So
nice.
fun.
Loved having you on.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so where can people follow you, Britt?
My Instagram is @Britt_esthetician.
And you have a blog. Where can they?
And that link is in my bio. It's BrittsAestheticJournal.com.
Amazing.
And it's amazing. You learn so much. And it's fun to read.
Okay. Yay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our Fill Me In pod. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.